Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Spider-Man Miles Morales on Kwings Let's Plays. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more Spider-Man arrives. And special shout-outs to all our members, including our ultimates. If you guys want to hop aboard the membership train, all you got to do is click right here. Select the tier that works best for you. All right, it's time to swing back into action with more Spider-Man in New York City as Miles Morales.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening, Spider Friends? Welcome back to Spider-Man Miles Morales, and today is all about the 2099 suit, which was never, ever in Marvel Comics. This is another variant cover suit done by another Marvel comic artist from the latest 2020 Spider-Man variant covers, and featuring Miles.
Variant cover time!
But, of course, it is based on the Miguel O'Hara 2099 Spidey, which is one of my favorite Spider-Men.
Awesome.
And it's got that kind of hip-hop street vibe to it to fit Miles' personality, and it's awesome.
Yeah, so, and I know what a variant cover is now.
Yay!
Because it's when you have a different cover of like an alternate suit that has nothing to do with the actual suit in the comic.
Or an alternate image.
That is
just used to sell books.
That is, so it's a clickbait comic.
Right. Usually they bring in a very famous artist or a, someone of significance to do something for either Marvel or DC. Although lately they've just kind of brought in people that are activists and cause a problem, especially DC with that really ugly Wonder Woman picture like several months back, which she was designed to look really bad.
Oh, really?
Which the only thing it didn't sell issues, it created controversy. And it got people talking about Wonder Woman, but not in the light that I'm sure her creators would have liked, nor real fans of Wonder Woman. So variant covers, they can have all kinds of purposes. But luckily in Miles' case, his was just to show off a cool suit by a famous Marvel Comics artist.
Nice.
And who knows, like with other, Spidey suits that have appeared in comic books, even briefly, you might get a whole universe where this version of Miles Morales is kind of hanging out in the year 2099, or
awesome.
He could be in another Earth. You know, you never know. The sky's the limit once they do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But personally, this is one of my favorite suits because I love the glowing eyes. I love the 2099 look. I'm kind of bummed there's no Christmassy stuff, but we're here in Harlem, so Harlem's kind of bland.
They don't have a lot of lights on in Harlem.
No, they don't have a lot going on.
So when you get more into the business district, then you have more lights.
When we were in Manhattan, yeah.
I'm guessing the Bronx probably didn't have tons of lights either.
Well, I mean, at Christmas time, but they yeeted stuff so quickly after.
Oh yeah, it doesn't really make sense because people don't really yeet their lights.
Especially here, this is supposed to be kind of like the rural areas of New York City once you get to Harlem and some of these other communities, Queens and stuff like that. So these are like population areas where a lot of people live and stuff like that. So you would have more lights and things. So it's just kind of I don't agree with that.
The lights.
There's a local business that has some Christmas lights.
When they had the whole point of the game talking about how like energetic and vibrant a community Harlem was, then they took down all the lights after Christmas.
Well, they had that one little section where they were, the Rio, the mother's campaign thing, which took place on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I think it was Christmas Day.
They should have kept the lights on in the Harlem area and in the other areas of New York.
It might have been the 26th. I don't remember if it takes place on Christmas Day or the day after.
Yeah.
You actually have to check your spider, your friendly neighborhood spider app. And I'm not talking about, basically, Miles's, his Twitter. So to do that, you hit here, and then you go all the way over to his social feed. Whoop. And you can see, it doesn't tell you what date it is. It tells you the temperature out in New York right now. Light snow. Tells you some of the Brooklyn explosion stuff, his 2 cents, and different people writing.
It's Miles laughing and being a little chibi character.
That's how many followers he has. I'm jealous.
13 million followers.
Yeah. Harlem's very own Spider-Man. It's really me. Yep. So Peter also has his own.
I honestly don't know the point though. Like, unless you're getting paid, I never understand the point of trying to get followers on social media unless it has to do with your business, because it's just like To be famous just to be famous? I mean, I guess it'd be fun if you were Spider-Man.
Yeah, it'd be fun as Spider-Man. So you can see here, we're in one part of Harlem where they have a little bit of Christmas decorations. Not a lot, but we're getting closer to, I think, yeah, we're making our way toward the water and some of the buildings. Also, I don't think Ellis Island is actually here either. I think that's another thing that was needed for copyright. So you can't see the Statue of Liberty, which you used to in some Spider-Man games.
Oh, that would have been cool to climb up the top of it and stuff.
There's very few Spider-Man games that actually let you go to Ellis Island. Very few. Very few. Most of them took place way back in the day, 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It's still hard to believe that we're coming to a time now where 3D video games are almost 30 years old.
Well, I feel like in older games, maybe people didn't worry about copyright so much because it didn't look exactly like their building anyway. Like now, it's like, okay, you're gonna recreate their building. Honestly, if I was a really rich person that owned a building, I would probably do the same thing. Like, alright, you're gonna have to give me a little bit of money, but honestly, the video game company can't give every person that owns a building in New York City money.
Here's the thing. I would say give not the people that own the building money, but the people that created the building should be the ones that would get the royalties.
Oh, like built it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the families of the people who actually built like these awesome historic buildings. Not the people that currently own the rights to said buildings. That's how I would do it.
Do you mean like the person that was the contractor of the building that was the head lead like architect, or do you mean the actual workers that actually sat there and built it? Both?
I don't know how you would do both, but I mean the architect should get something.
Yeah, like the architect and the guy who did the contract.
But usually it's only the people who are currently the physical owners of the building are the ones that get the money.
Yeah, you would think if you create a building, like say if you had an idea, well, okay, say like for a movie or whatever, like there would be an architect, but usually you hire the architect, the person who actually makes the building, which, you know, like I knew a lot of contractors and stuff because I used to work car insurance in Massachusetts. People would literally, you know, have like a huge construction company, like they would have like 7 or 8 employees or more, whatever. They would be the leader of that construction company, and if somebody needed them to build a building or to build a house or to do grounds work, they would do that all.
I just want to interject real quick.
Yeah.
Look at how lazy Insomniac is. So these are people's residents. You can see that every room is it's pretty identical. This is the same bedroom repeated here, repeated here, repeated here. It's
okay.
It's the same bedroom.
There's so much. New York City is so huge, Luke.
I know, but maybe they could have at least you know, changed a little
Made
something.
one bedroom different.
I mean, they could have at least changed the colors of the beds.
Look at the offices are all the same too.
Well, I mean, offices, I'll give you that. Offices don't really have a lot of originality. Bedrooms are usually a person's fingerprint.
I do like looking at this suit is reminding me of when we played. I don't know what video game it was that we played that had the Miguel O'Hara's.
He was Miguel O'Hara.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miguel O'Hara. I'm sorry.
O'Hara. He's half Irish. He's Spanish and he's Irish.
Oh wow. Okay.
Which is why I see. This goes back to the whole thing of being bummed that I was Portuguese because, like.
You could have been Miguel O'Hara.
Yes, that was the thing.
Because you are half.
Yeah.
Well, you're almost half Hispanic because apparently, according to what, like, Hispania used to be an actual country and then it divided into, like, you know, Spain and Portugal. So at one time they were the same.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not the same. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're almost Spanish. Almost. If you were just Spanish and Irish, you could have been Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
So what game was that we played Miguel O'Hara 2099?
What I was trying to tell you is there was a couple of them. Oh. So you had Spider-Man Shattered Dimension.
Yeah,
and
that's the one I was thinking.
And then you had the one afterwards where Peter Parker died and Miguel had to go back in time and save Spider-Man. And you could only play as 2 of them. You played as Spider-Man and you played as Miguel.
I think I'm thinking of PS3 version, or maybe
Yeah,
I'm
he
thinking
was.
of a different-
Miguel was in two PS3 games.
Wow.
He was the star of one, and he was a co-star of the other. So the first one he appeared in is the one that was with Neil Patrick Harris and all the other ones. That was Shattered Dimensions. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then I forget the one afterwards. The one that he's in after Shattered Dimensions, where it's just him, Miguel, and Peter Parker. Like they're working together and they're in different time periods, but Miguel is the one responsible for saving Peter's life.
Oh.
And changing.
we played that
Yeah,
one.
we did. We played every Spider-Man game, but we haven't played Spider-Man Electro. So Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation.
Edge of Time?
That's it. Yep, Edge of Time.
Spider-Man Edge of Time.
Yep. Both fantastic games. Shattered Dimensions and
Miguel.
Edge of Time.
So Miguel O'Hara's suit is very similar to this, except for obviously no hoodie.
Yep. But
It's got the skull, the red skull on it.
to represent his Spanish heritage. Yep.
It has the like thing around his eyes and the red stripes on his arms,
Yep.
and it's all black.
Yep. But yeah, that's why I really wanted to be, because Miguel O'Hara was half Irish and half Spanish.
Also grew up in New York City.
Yep, I grew up in New York too, so I was really close on that. And then, because I actually had a lot of 2099 stuff when I was a kid, because I thought it was so cool. It was like, wow, you know, he's a hybrid too. And then, you know, eventually I found out, nope, you're half Portuguese and Irish.
Oh,
So does that mean I can't be Miguel? Nope.
Luke, then you'll have to have one of your kids marry someone who's Hispanic, and then they can be Miguel O'Hara.
Yay.
What?
Then I can vicariously live my fantasy through their life.
Like, if your son brings home two different girls at two different times, like, one of them is you know,
I'm only
Spanish.
gonna say yes if one is a Latina.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't give my permission.
Like, one of them is a Latina and the other one is something else, and then you're just like, and then he's like, so which girl do you like better that I'm dating? It's like, oh, definitely her. Like, it's like, why?
No reasons.
Because
She's so sweet. Thinking yes.
like, because someday your kids will be able to say they're Miguel O'Hara because they're Hispanic and Irish.
Yay.
Oh my gosh, this is such a weird conversation.
Get rid of that Portuguese blood.
No!
Dilute it.
What?
Dilute
No!
it.
What? Luke! Oh my gosh! No!
I'm sorry.
Hopefully your grandma doesn't hear this. No.
Oh, she doesn't even know where she is anymore.
Luke!
What? She's like 97. No, I'm just kidding. I talked to her the other day. She was completely coherent. She was asking me how to program her television or something like that.
So, Miguel O'Hara actually lives in the year 2099.
Yeah. What did you think? Where do you think he lived?
I didn't know.
What time? When did you think he lived?
I don't know. I just
future
was
Spider-Man.
trying to... I don't know. I'm just trying to get this through my head.
Okay. So the Miles Morales suit has no basis.
You know,
though.
one great thing about Miguel is his hair is great. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you get when you have, you know...
Irish and
But you have hair like that. You look like that.
I do owe
You have, like...
my Portuguese genes to having hair at 37.
I think that...
Because most men in my family that have just the Irish side, they're bald.
Look at that thick, floppy hair. That's exactly your hair. You have... You're basically Miguel O'Hara. You basically are.
Aside from, you know, not having... Actually, I don't think he has spider powers. He has, like, something else.
He morphed his DNA with something.
Yeah, but it wasn't quite as painful as what happened to Peter. Oh, this is where the window washer guy was. Wow, it brought you right back to there. Interesting. I remember this bamboo, or not bamboo. Remember the baboon guy? I want a selfie with him eating me.
He tried to go into a DNA manipulation machine, but somebody sabotaged it and caused him to have 50% spider DNA.
We're gonna get eaten by the monkey.
And then he's sad because he's like, no, I'm scared of spiders and now I'm scared of myself.
Wait, he really said that?
No, I'm just making that part up.
Yeah, I think you were.
So, I mean, it's cool because Miles is also, you know, part Hispanic, so like that's probably cool for him to have the Miguel O'Hara suit, even though he's never met Miguel because.
Nope, he has met him.
What?
The Spider-Verse.
Oh, Into the Spider-Verse.
No, not the movie. I'm talking about like different animated things.
So, would you rather them do a Spider-Verse game next, or would you rather them?
They've already done a Spider-Verse game.
Oh.
Shattered Dimensions.
Oh, but I mean for this series, like this like PS4, PS5 series.
I still think the next game is going to be Venom versus Spider-Man and Miles, and Green Goblin will either appear at the end or the second arc. And then I think the fourth game, or rather the third game in the story, will probably introduce multiple Spider-Man.
Oh, so you think the next game will be Venom and whatever.
And I think either Miles is going to get his own game again, or they're going to give Spider-Gwen her own game. I think Spider-Gwen will be the next side story game. I really think Insomniac is going to milk this like crazy, and they should, because they have a hit on their hand. And what I want them to do is not to repeat the mistakes that Arkham did. Arkham had a surefire, you know, franchise going, and then they slept on it way too long. Spider-Man needs to strike while the iron's hot. So you need to make a Spider-Gwen game, you need to make Spider-Man 2. Like, first make Spider-Man 2, then make Spider-Gwen, then make another mainstream Spider-Man game that could be like full-blown Spider-Verse or something else. And just keep going until people get sick of it. Because, you know, web-slinging in super awesome graphics and the combat, everything about this game is like fantastic for Spider-Man. It works. It's fun. It is ridiculously like entertaining. And I mean, literally, I'm just making videos right now of web slinging and talking nonsense. I mean, come on. Come on.
You know what I was just thinking? Since you are part Irish and you thought that you were Hispanic growing up, or you actually technically are Hispanic but I'm just saying, like, you thought you were Spanish or whatever, but you could kids that they are Spanish and Irish. You don't need to tell them that.
No, I mean,
and then your son is gonna be like, oh my gosh, Miguel O'Hara's. I said his name wrong. Miguel O'Hara is me. Yeah, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Nothing. I like my little fiery Portuguese grandma.
Yeah. Think about it. It's very unique. Like, Portugal is a really small country, but think about it. Remember, we had that friend who was Armenian, that used to help us with our channel. Have you ever seen, like, Armenia on a map? That country is real small, just like Portugal is. Yeah. So, you know, think about it this way. You're so unique. Like, hardly anyone in the world is, you know.
You want to know where the most Portuguese live?
Really?
Yep,
but
New York.
It's such a tiny country. They all ended up here.
There's so many in New York. A lot of Portuguese people in New York and New Jersey. Lot. Wait, what was that? Was that Chadwick?
I don't know.
No. I heard he has a mural in this game somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to find that, actually. I'd like to find the Black Panther mural.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Oh yeah, no. There were. Oh wait, there's that's the mural for. Whee! That's.
Oh wow, there are a lot of murals in this game.
Oh yeah, well I mean it's Harlem, so.
Oh, there's a Spider-Man mural.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of murals in Harlem in real life, or?
Yeah, and Queens and the Bronx. A lot of street artists.
I remember when we used to.
It's beautiful.
Oh, cute! Look at that. There's like people.
The little playground.
I remember when we were in New York, we used to go. I saw a few murals that were on the sides of different things, but I didn't really know what they were. Like I thought I saw a mural that was actually painted on this giant water, like.
Oh, not the helicopter again. We'll do this, obviously. Oh wait, we can climb on this?
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Spider-Man! Please don't hurt me! I can't do anything! Someone's hacking my control!
What are we doing here?
I have no idea.
I didn't know we could even do that. That was pretty cool. Alright, let's take these fools out.
Okay.
You keep going. That's fine.
Oh no, you know one of those vats of water that's huge? I don't know what it's called. Like a water tower?
water tower.
Yeah, I saw like a mural painted on the side of one. Like,
In this game?
no, in New York. And,
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
Yeah, they do that.
I feel like the murals are painted so people like feel happier. Maybe they won't commit. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll be nicer to each other throughout the day. If they see a happy mural.
Ow! Ow! Stop hurting me! I'm Spider-Man.
I wish I could paint a mural in my room, like a really awesome one.
Oh my gosh, that was painted.
I saw this great mural that, well, I don't know if it's called a mural if it's in your room, but like this person.
Yeah, it's still a mural.
I saw, like, I follow this Calvin and Hobbes, like, Twitter thing because their comics are funny. But, you know, like, when Hobbes and, like, Calvin are hanging out in, like, the tree and just having fun, like, goofing off, reading comic books and laughing, and, like, the tree has, like, all those beautiful fall colors and it's, like, orange and red and everything. And, like, they're just hanging out outside in the forest. Somebody literally painted that mural on their wall, and it looks so beautiful. It's weird that a comic book of Calvin and Hobbes could look beautiful, but it basically looks like New York in the fall, but then Calvin and Hobbes are in the tree.
Yeah.
It was so cool. I was like, oh man, that would be great. That would be the perfect mural to paint on, like, a, you know, a little youngling's wall or something. Or totes my own. I also love the one...
When you own your own house, you can't paint them.
Yeah. I love the one, like, in, oh my gosh, in Jingle All the Way, where he has the comic book heroes. Little Jamie has the comic book heroes on his wall, like, I don't know who they are, Captain America or something, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, who did they get to paint this? And it must be hard to paint that without messing up, though, because it's like... I don't know, if I try to paint my own mural and it looked like a stick figure and then you couldn't like get it off because it was like a white wall with black paint, that would be sad because I would be like, oh no, I need to paint over this.
Yeah.
It's... Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just messing around.
I'm just talking about whatever.
I think you're allowed to do that.
Like, when you... I'm told that, like, say you... Once you, like, the darker color that you paint your walls in a house, the more hard it is to get that paint off. Like, if you paint all your walls white, it's very easy to paint any color over it. But if you paint your walls very dark color, like very dark green or something like that, like, you have to do, like, 7 or 8 coats of white to get that, like, back to white so you can change it to a different color.
Oh, I would believe it. I believe it.
Well, basically, like, sometimes I watch this channel, I think it's called The Frugal Mom or something, and I don't know, I don't want to say she kind of seems a little crazy, but basically she's always talking about saving money to the point where it's great. Like, I'm really happy for her, but she puts her kids to work and her, like, husband and stuff doing all this stuff so they can, like, basically afford her house, you know, their house, and they repaint everything on their own and stuff. But, you know, like, they do a great job, but I just, like, instead of hiring contractors or whatever, I remember she did a video where basically they had to get the very dark green color out of the windows. Have you ever been to a house that has, like, extremely dark green windows? I know a lot of houses like that. Like, my grandparents' house did. But then they had to put, like, 7 or 8 coats of white over it.
Oh, wow.
And they had to wait for it to dry in between, so... You can imagine.
Alright, underground down?
So I think Miles likes his...
Underground down.
I mean, so... Yeah. I don't know. I'm guessing Miles likes this suit a lot. I noticed with the Peter suits when we did those, a lot of them represented different Spider-Man, not Peter. But for Miles suits, they're all Miles.
Yeah, they're all Miles.
Yeah.
Yep. But that was cool that it represented different, because, you know, it was basically because of the end of the Spider-Verse game, and just like some other of the Bat costumes that have appeared in some Batman stuff aren't necessarily Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
They're like multiverse Batman suits and Elseworld stories.
This is like, are you gonna make a top 10 suits then?
there aren't that many suits though, honey. I mean,
Oh, right.
we did
there are only 19 suits.
There are only 19, so I could do a top 5.
So if you did a top 10, that would be like 9 of these suits I don't like.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Or like 9 of these suits are not as cool. Like this one is cool. I like this one. I like the red hoodie version of this. I obviously like Miles' original suit. I don't know.
Yeah, his classic suit is cool.
Honestly, can I just say, I wish that we could actually put Miles in the Miguel O'Hara actual 2099 suit and see what that looks like.
You can't wear the Peter Parker suits from the previous game.
But I thought the Miguel O'Hara suit glowed in the dark. I thought it was glowy. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't remember. It's possible.
Or it just appeared glowy in the game we were playing.
Yeah. All right. So we started on the streets, and now we're ending on the streets.
Nice.
So anyway, people, that is going to do it for today's episode of Spider-Man Suit Showcase. Join us next time as we look at more suits. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Stay tuned later today for more of our Hyrule Warrior series and some awesome live streams starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard.
Woohoo!
Till then, God bless and happy gaming.
See ya!